Welcome back to episode 4 of the YuckCast. I'm here with Shake and Bake and Cullenberger. We're going to be talking to you guys about a bunch of different things today. We're going to be talking to you guys about Uber experiences, NBA playoffs, and just a whole lot of other stuff. It's going to be a good episode. So Shake, Berg, how are you guys doing?
Pretty good. How do you know this is going to be a good episode before we record?
Like, this might be an ass episode.
Are you locked in, is what you're saying?
Oh, I'm locked in. Like, I'm like, zero dark 30 or zero, whatever that is. Like, I'm that.
We got Berg on the tax day grinding it out, but still podcasting in the background. I like
dedication.
That. Dedication. Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
The grind.
But yeah, I think this is a good day to podcast. So
use hashtag YuckCast on Twitter if you want to be a part of the question and answer. Got a few questions for you this week. The first one is, who is your celebrity crush? I'll let Shake go first with this one.
Definitely Kate Upton, or even Scarlett Johansson's a good one too. But I like Kate Upton. Kate Upton's pretty fire. I know we've talked about this before, me and Berg, and he'd be like, Kate Upton trash and all this other blasphemous things. But yeah, Kate Upton is litty titty boy.
I feel like with Kate Upton, like when you saw her nudes and all, I feel like she lost like 2 points for me. Like, I don't know, like I thought she was so much more attractive before I saw.
You being disrespectful right now. I'm not gonna lie.
That's mad disrespectful.
You being disrespectful right now. You're searching for a wife right now. If there's a wife out there listening, she's gonna think you're mad disrespectful.
I'm just keeping it a buck with you. Like, okay.
No. I'm keeping a buck with you. You being disrespectful.
All right. I respect all women. My thoughts are, it's just like, I like to use my imagination, you know? So I like to imagine what that looked like.
This man just said he'd rather imagine what a naked girl looked like than see a naked girl.
No, in her case, in a girl that, like...
What a weirdo.
Right, y'all got it. Bird, who's your celebrity crush?
Nah.
I don't really think I really got one. Like,
You lying. You a Rihanna guy.
No. It's tons of baddie celebrities, but just like crush like that. You could like tons of.
I thought you was a Rihanna guy.
Bro, I got a few. All right, so when I was growing up, for whatever reason, Ashley Tisdale, I was like in love with her, dude.
Back in the Disney days, bro.
Yeah, the Disney days on Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, and then like High School Musical.
Who was the other one? London Tipton, bro. Who was she?
Yeah, London was a baddie. Like I had the biggest crush on her.
There you go. That's not a bad
now
one.
My celebrity crush though, that's tough. Like I like a lot of different beautiful women.
Why don't you give us a good list?
Demi Lovato's super bad. Like super bad.
Everyone's so hyped on Demi Lovato. Like maybe I'm just not seeing it, but like everyone's super hyped over Demi Lovato, bro.
Bro, another Disney Channel girl, Vanessa Hudgens, is gorgeous. Like she is
see that
gorgeous.
one I could agree with more than the Demi's a good looking.
Yo,
gal,
another one. Margot Robbie, baddie, super.
I don't know if I know
gorgeous.
who that is. What's
the girl from Suicide Squad.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
What? You don't know who Margot Robbie is?
I mean, I haven't.
Look her up real quick.
I don't know a lot of celebrities by name.
Look her up real quick. Once you see her, you'll be like, oh yeah, her, and I'll be like, yeah.
I probably won't, dude. I probably won't even know who she is.
Those are probably like my 3 right now. I feel like there's someone I'm missing. Like I feel like there's someone who's up there that I'm just like totally blanking out on. But yeah, that's all. That's mine right now, I guess.
That's pretty decent. Yeah, I don't know who this female is. Never seen her.
Really? That's crazy. Yeah, she's gorgeous.
What you been up to, Nicholas? While we wait for Burr, what's your week been like?
What's my week been like? I've been watching a lot of NBA playoffs. I got a job.
You got a job? Tell us about the job. I mean, I feel like Bert should be here to respond to this, but...
I'm a grocery shopper now, you know, working for Instacart, you feel me? So just delivering people their groceries. Someone's got to do it, so I thought, you know, I'd be good at it.
Is that easy? Sounds kind of hard.
It actually is kind of difficult because, like, one, you're delivering to a lot of apartments, which are kind of difficult to navigate around, and 2, you're on like a time constraint. You actually have to do the shopping too,
right?
Some orders you do, some orders you don't. There's some orders where there's someone in the store that does the shopping, then I just pick it up and deliver it to the people.
See, that doesn't sound bad.
But on those orders, you get 3 batches at a time. So, like, my car is literally entirely full. So, I have 3 different deliveries to make. So, and
how do you know whose? That's crazy.
They have different stickers on them, so like they'll have like the name on the sticker, and like you have to scan everything with your phone. It's definitely not that easy, but it's not that difficult. The biggest thing though is I was working last night, and it was really tough because like you have to navigate around apartment complexes, which is already kind of difficult in the day.
Challenging.
Yeah, it's difficult in the day, and then imagine doing that at night when there's not really that much parking.
You don't know where you're going.
Yeah, you can't see the numbers.
Hello?
There's not much parking. You're trying to be
part
there
of the
quick.
cast?
Yeah,
Yes, it is.
Oh, whoops.
You're trying to be there quick, and then I'm the type of guy that only wants to make one trip. So like I feel like it's kind of a good workout for me. Like my traps are kind of sore from the hard work and stuff.
Carry
so I feel like
groceries.
yeah, like it's a decent workout. Money's not bad either, so I like it, but it isn't as easy as I thought it would be, I guess.
Definitely sounds like it would be challenging. Like you wouldn't even know like that's challenging though. Who be doing this? Like who doesn't go and like buy the groceries? Like older ladies or just like lazy people who have a lot of money?
Honestly, it's a whole different like it's like everybody. Like I haven't had any older customers yet.
Really?
Like, I think
Wow.
the oldest person I've gotten was probably like 50, 55-ish.
That's not that old.
But
You can
I've
still shop
definitely
at
had a
age.
lot of like people in their like mid to late 20s. I've definitely had like a few couples that are probably in college. I've had some families like
I wonder if
pretty
it's just
much-
they don't have a way to get to the store or if they're just lazy. That's crazy.
Nah, I think
man.
they're just lazy. Well, some of them
Dang.
might, because like I definitely have delivered to a few like probably college students living in like an apartment.
Yeah, like see that makes sense.
That
Like,
yeah,
you
that
don't
would
have
be
a
like
car.
maybe they don't have a car or something. But some of them, it's just like they're probably lazy. Maybe they don't like grocery shopping. Maybe they're busy. I don't know. But I can usually
crazy.
tell if someone's gonna tip me or not. So I'd rather get like delivered to like a family than like some college students. Because if it's college students, I'm like, all right, they ain't
So
fucking tipping
family
me.
tip?
So
Families usually tip.
how do you
Like
get
if I'm
tipped? Do you get
delivering
tipped
to
like
a
pizza guy?
nice mother, like she's gonna tip me. Well, you could tip with cash. I haven't gotten any cash tips yet. There's also
Oh.
like you could tip on the app, and it like
Okay.
suggests you do that.
What's like
But,
the biggest tip you got?
Yeah,
It wasn't me.
I've gotten a few like $12 tips so far.
it's not bad. That's pretty
Not
good.
bad. Not bad at all. But like some of these orders, like there was one order I delivered that was probably like $300 worth of groceries. Like
damn.
that chick had filet mignon, and it was like a large
Oh, wow.
order too. Like and it was a
Damn.
hard apartment to find. But yeah, I don't
So
think
you're
she
saying
tipped
she
me.
didn't tip you enough? Wow.
I don't think
that's
she
crazy.
tipped me. She was like
got
probably like
fired.
25. She was kind of bad too, but nah, she ain't.
You didn't
tipped me.
shoot? Oh my goodness.
I'm not
That's
shooting.
crazy.
I'm on the job, Shake. I'm a business. I can't shoot on the job.
Bro,
That's
why
so...
you acting like you
You
can't
can't.
shoot on the job? Kobe Bryant
You
made a
can't shoot
lifestyle
on the
doing
job.
that. Like, what are you doing?
What?
That man was
crazy.
a shooter. Like, what are you doing?
We're not about to joke around about Kobe's cheating.
I'm not. What do you mean? I'm just
That's
saying
not
he got buckets.
cheating.
What
Is
are you
not
doing?
a joke, Shake.
Bro.
What are you talking about?
I don't know what he's talking about. Like, what? We're just saying
What?
the man got buckets. Like, what are you doing? He shot. Like, what?
Oh, so you're just making a basketball joke? You ain't talking about
What
the
you
fact
think I'm
that
talking about?
I thought you were talking about the fact that Kobe cheated on his wife and was shooting like when he was on the road
Man, I
on
don't know
business
nothing about that.
trips.
I don't know nothing
Okay.
about that, bro.
All right, well, I guess I
Um,
thought my bad. Berg, who's your celebrity crush, though, buddy?
Bro, I'm not fucking 12. Like, like I don't have no crush. Like, it's time to.
I mean, I don't really have a crush either. Like, it's
celebrities.
not
Just
like
name somebody. Name
like,
a bad
I
celebrity.
said Kate Upton, but it's not like I'm like over here like whacking
Yeah.
That's,
Kate
that's
Upton
what I'm
tonight or
saying.
something
Like, it's
weird
so
like
many
that.
bad celebs. Like, you name someone, and I'll just agree with you. Like, go.
All right, Beyonce.
Whoa, yeah, sure,
Whoa, yeah, sure. What about Cardi B?
sure. Like,
Cardi
what?
B's
Like,
pretty
Sure?
lit. Cardi
Really?
B's pretty
I ain't
lit, yeah. Yeah, I like Cardi
I don't
B,
know.
bro. She lit.
Dawg, what about like what about Octavia from the 100? How about that?
Who is that?
Octavia
even-
from the
I don't know- I don't
100.
know
I'm not sure who
Watched
that is.
4 seasons
Oh,
of
yeah,
the
you
show.
will. You'll lie.
I'm not familiar with that.
Luna.
else you got?
Alrighty.
Luna from the 100.
What is
Let's
the 100?
move to the next
Oh
question.
my god. All right, you're trash.
Alrighty. Let's
You're
move
so
to the
fucking
next question.
trash, Berg. You are trash.
Let's move
This
to the next
motherfucker-
question.
Whatever, dude. Whatever,
Yo,
dude.
Did you really put in the questions? When is it acceptable to eat your significant other's ass? Like seriously?
Dawg, we didn't have a lot of questions. I feel like Berg has
You
a
actually
good.
put that in there.
What's
You
your
put
answer
that?
for that, Berg? We didn't have a lot of good questions.
What
Like,
do you have to say on this topic though? Like what?
Me personally, I'm not an ass eater, so for me, it's none. But I mean, I guess if you guys have an agreement, if she's about it and you're about it, like, I don't know. Whenever you're comfortable with each other doing it, like, there's no like thing where it's like, oh, you have to be together for a year before you can eat ass. Like, there's nothing like that. Like, it's just whenever you're all both comfortable and ready for it and agree to it,
No, this
consent,
podcast
obviously.
hit new lows every episode. This is
Yeah,
crazy.
I don't know if this can make it in the podcast. This
What
is
are
not
you
even
talking
good. Like,
about?
this
What's
is
wrong
weird.
with that?
This is not even good. Like this is just weird.
No, it's not.
This is so random. We were just talking about your job, and now we're talking about eating ass. Like, what? How
You
did
talking
we
about
get
being a
here?
professional businessman, and that's what you transition to. That's crazy.
Berg, what are your thoughts on the topic?
Bro, what?
Y'all just ain't gonna answer the questions
Well,
that the
I don't
great
want
viewers
booty
of the
breath,
Yuckcast
so never,
has.
nigga. Like,
They ain't about the fans, guys. I am though. Sorry.
Bro, I'm not with that gay shit. I don't know. What
That
you
shit's
doing.
not gay.
well, you got toilet mouth if you eating ass. What are you talking about?
Berg, you are king ass eater.
I hate to break it to you.
You are the only
that shit was
one
like
in
a
this
joke.
call
We
who
weren't actually
eats
eating ass. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Berg is the only one in this podcast that actually eats ass, and he's talking about you got a toilet there.
You got toilet
Shut
mouth.
up.
Is what it is.
All right,
Right.
toilet mouth.
What's wrong with you, dude?
All right, last question. Where can I donate to get Berg a haircut and a beard lined up? I think you meant lineup. Hashtag YuckCast.
That's not a real question.
You're right. He didn't have a question mark at the end.
Bro,
Invalid.
what are you doing with your hair, though? You letting that shit grow out, or what are you doing?
I don't even know. I'm getting a cut in like 2 weeks, boy.
I gotta get a cut, too. My
Yo, he
hair's
said
growing
that. He
wild,
said
too.
2 weeks to the past like 6 months. That's crazy.
I gotta get a cut, too, man. My hair's growing too long.
I just got.
Are
a
you gonna
new
rock
cut.
the beard, babe?
Nah, I hate rocking a beard. It gets too itchy, man. I don't know. It gets
Get you
so
some-
itchy. I shave once a week, pretty much on Thursdays every day, just because, like, when I hoop, it's usually on Thursdays. I gotta hoop a couple more times, to be honest, but I don't like hooping with, like, an itchy beard. Like, it gets itchy, and it's really super annoying. So, I usually shave about once a week.
Get you
And
some beard lube.
Nah, I don't want, nah, I'm not putting lube on my face. What's wrong with
It's
you?
beard,
Normal,
dog.
bro.
It doesn't. You make everything have to be sexual and perverted.
Bro, I'm
It's
not
beard
lubing on my
lube.
face. Why are you lubing
It's
up
made
your
so your
face?
face
Like, what?
doesn't itch when you have a beard.
Nah, I'm not with this shit. So over the weekend, it was Coachella. Honestly, I didn't see Beyonce's thing. I'm not a huge Coachella guy. I know Berg said it was like amazing, incredible. Nick was hyping it up. I gotta go back and watch it, I guess. But one thing that was kind of interesting is there was the Yodeling kid from Walmart there, and he was doing his own thing. I saw Justin Bieber talking to him and stuff. And that was cool. That kid's like a sensation now. He's everywhere. He was on Ellen. Like, it's crazy how you go viral on Twitter, and then, like, your life is changed. Like that dude is probably gonna be like a professional yodeler now. I mean, he might have been before, but pretty
Knows
crazy.
A professional yodeler, a title.
That's definitely a thing. Like, he yodeling and getting paid. Like, if you yodel and get paid, you're professional. Yeah.
Word.
So,
All right.
yeah, that was pretty cool, I guess. I don't know. I saw him, like, at everything. I've always liked that kid, but then I did see him doing it on a plane, and that's the point where I cut it off and say, this is not cute anymore. If I'm on a plane, and that dude over there, yodeling and shit, like, yeah.
Wait, do that again?
No, we're not doing that again. That was one quick yodel. Doodle, yeah, like,
Oh, he
like-
did it again.
nah. Like, when I saw that video, I was like, okay, I've had enough. Like if he keep yodeling on the plane, I'd probably lose my mind. Like while I'm on a plane, if I'm tired, if it's a red eye, like, man, I'd be losing my mind. But yeah, that was cool, I guess. That was Coachella. Let us know if you guys were watching Coachella and you enjoyed it. Of course, be sure to ask us questions. We did the Q&A section, so hashtag YuckCast to ask us questions for the next podcast on next Wednesday.
All right, so I know we have all experienced some weird things or some good things or some bad things in Ubers before. So what are a few of you guys' Uber stories? I know we all have them, so what do you guys think?
Man, I got way too many Uber stories. I'm trying to, like, think of them all off the top of my head, like, and list them. I don't know. Though there was one time where me and Berg, again, we were in an Uber. I remember this very vividly. It was the night after that like beer pong stream, whatever we did at PAX East. During, what was it? I don't even know. I don't know when that was, like 2014 or something. It was after the playoffs.
No,
game.
that
It was the
wasn't
playoff game that night.
2014.
It's 16.
I don't know.
babe.
Is it,
That was
what?
16.
Nah, that was definitely long. Was it really 16?
Berg remembers
16.
the day. That's when we all saw his precious face.
It feels
That's
so
weird
long
shit
ago.
out,
My
nigga.
goodness, it feels longer than that. Wait, that was, yeah, it was a couple years.
That was 16.
But, so yeah, that was after that night. So we got an Uber to go back to the hotel or something. And my goodness, this dude was literally taking us down like a back alley. And he like stopped the car. And it was so weird. And then Bird was like, this isn't my hotel. Like, I don't know where we are. And the driver wasn't saying nothing either. Like, we were just chilling in the back seat like, damn, this might be our moment where we die. Like,
But then
that
the
was
crazy
terrifying.
part about it, when we went to the Uber, like, I was gonna let Beck have the back. I was gonna get in the
Oh, yeah,
front.
yeah.
Buddy was like, "Yo, you get in the back." Like,
Yeah, he was like, you're not sitting up front. Like, and it was kind of weird. Like, sometimes that's
Damn.
how it be with Ubers, but he was weird about it. He was like, no, get in the back. Like, and it was creepy, dude. Like, I didn't think we were going to make it out that night. That was wild. I've also, had the
Wait, what rating
experience
did you give that guy?
I don't even remember. I mean, I don't always rate. Sometimes I forget to rate. Like, I know I'm a terrible person, I guess, but I mean, I don't think it hurts him if I don't rate him. I don't think it hurts him if I don't rate him. Like,
it doesn't, but I mean, if he was trash, you should have told him he was trash. Like, get him off the streets.
Yeah, probably. It was definitely a creepy experience. Like I don't want to title this "My Uber driver kidnapped me," but like he might have been trying to kidnap us. Like,
what? I'm telling you, if two grown men were scared of an Uber driver, imagine if like a girl gets in that Uber. Like
he might have been trying to kidnap us, and it was wild because the entire time I think I was texting Berg or DMing him on Twitter. I'm like, where the freak is this guy taking us, man? Because like I got the Uber app open and we're not going towards the hotel. Like it was weird, man. We were in some creepy areas of downtown Boston and. I don't know, man. It was freaky. I did not like that. Yeah, that was weird. But I've also had an experience where, man, I had an experience one time where I was throwing up, and I threw up outside the Uber, like out the window, and I don't think I threw up on his car, but apparently I did, and he charged us like $200 for that. That was pretty rough. Yeah, I was very sick that night. Oh my goodness, I was puking at the bar. Oh my goodness, that was the night I met Cullenberg. I was way too drunk. My goodness. But
what a night.
I'm trying to think of some other ones, man. I mean, I think I took an Uber one night, and I don't even remember it because I literally, I was at a Atlantic City, that party out in for the VIP stuff.
That was a wild
at the card
weekend.
show. That was definitely a wild weekend, and I just remembered. I don't know if it was a taxi or an Uber, but a dude just put me in it, and it brought me to the hotel. I don't know how that happened. I don't know, man. I don't know if it was an Uber or a taxi, and I just got out and I was there. So he was lit. He definitely got me back that night. Real friend. But yeah, I don't know. We've definitely had some strange Ubers, and man, I've had some weird ones too, where they're just like speaking another language. I feel like, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna put my headphones on now. I don't know what you're saying.
Bro, I hate that. Like, sometimes I'm in the back of Ubers and like the guy's playing music and try to have a conversation while talking over his music. So it's super trash, really awkward. I can never hear him. Or like I got my headphones in, I visibly put them in, and they still try to carry out like a small talk convo. Like it's really trash.
Yeah, that is definitely not fun. I will say though, I've taken an Uber. I think it's Uber Select or an Uber. Is it Uber Black? That's the really nice
Uber
ones.
Black.
I did that once. It was very nice. Like, it's crazy. Felt like I was in a limo. The guy took me to McDonald's. Like, it was so nice. I hadn't eaten for like 2 days straight. One of these, I don't know. I was coming off of some business trip.
That was an EA joint, right?
I don't even know. I don't remember. It might have been. I might have been playing Madden earlier or something.
Yeah.
But I hadn't eaten, like, literally in like 2 days. It was just long. I had been awake all day. We partied all night. And, like, I got probably 2 hours of sleep. And he was really cool about it too. Like he was such a good, like, I've never had a driver be that good. So I don't know. It's expensive, but it's probably worth it, to be honest. Especially when you don't want to like get kidnapped. Like if I was a female, I would always be doing the Uber Blacks or something. Like it's expensive, but it's definitely worth it.
I'd probably be afraid of Ubering if I was a girl. Like Ubering alone, like they should have some setting where it only like I don't know, it only matches you with other girls.
Like, they should 100% have that setting.
I think they do. They have like a pool setting so you can pool with people, but I wouldn't want to do that because I feel like I'd pool with even more creeps. Like one creep I can handle. I can't handle 3. Like I don't know.
But the odds of
female driver, like you get hit on like tons of times. Like,
that must be awkward. That must be super awkward. I don't know how you could do that. Like especially because most of the times the guys are intoxicated and are acting like absolute jackasses. Oh my god. I've been in a couple Ubers too where it wasn't even me being embarrassing, it was someone else, and like I was embarrassed for them, man, because they were just like saying some weird stuff. Oh my goodness, bro. We've been in some weird Ubers. Oh,
yeah,
geez.
and like most of the time, well, not most of the time, but a lot of the times you use Ubers, it's when you're drunk, right? So a girl comes home from bars or whatever, she's drunk, Uber's home, so she's not drinking and driving, obviously, and gets put with some creep, and she doesn't even, like, know her bearings because she's drunk. Like, that's trash. Like, that shouldn't be a thing, you know? Like, I don't know.
Where you learn the lesson, though, to not drink that much, though. Honestly, you learn a good lesson to, hey...
Yeah, but at the same time, even if she's sober, like, a creep's gonna creep. Like...
Yeah, I guess. I mean... But I'm sure at that point in your life, you're probably used to it, sadly. Like, you probably have experienced it before. And you're kind of, know how to handle the situation, I'd hope. But, yeah. It's definitely a sad thing. But, Ubers, they can be good. Definitely serve a good purpose. But sometimes, man, they can be quite wild.
Wait,
I got a few.
Nick
stories
never said
myself.
nothing.
I got a few stories myself.
Really? Oh, let him fly.
Yeah. So, I had one Uber driver try to sell me weed before.
What? Oh, that's
that
crazy.
had happened before too.
Really?
Okay,
Wow.
the guy was really cool, right? So he picks me up from my apartment. We're going to the airport. I think it was for like the 2K trip or whatever. Yep. And he starts asking me what I do. I'm like, oh, I do like online stuff. I do YouTube and stuff. He's like, oh, that's awesome. I love video games.
That opens a wormhole when you say that.
What?
It opens a wormhole when you say that to an Uber driver, man.
Yeah.
Like, they
so
just,
he starts talking about how he used to love playing Madden, but now he only plays Call of Duty, yada, 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 all this shit stuff, and talks about how he's doing Ubers so he could, like, afford his startup or whatever. Ooh. And then, like, he starts talking about, he's like, how old are you? I'm like 20. He's like, oh, when you turn 21, you got to go over to the Domain. There's hella fine bitches over there.
Oh,
like,
Jesus.
You'll do all right. There's tons of baddies in Austin. I was like, oh, word? All right. Whatever. He's like, yeah, man, you just got to worry about those girls on 6th Street. They be dirty a lot. I was like, oh, okay. Like, this guy was just, like, he was talking about everything. It was kind of funny. I like the guy. And then towards like the latter end of his trip, he's like, yo, you smoke? You trying to buy some weed? I'm like, oh, nah, I'm good. Like, the guy was really cool, though. Like, he was really cool. And, like, he literally lives the apartment complex, like, across from my complex. Like, he was like, yeah, I live in the complex.
Bro, he was trying to be buddies. He was trying to make a friend.
Yeah, he was trying to, but, like, dude was, like, probably, like, 35, 40. He was cool, though. Yeah. I think I got his number. I probably shouldn't have.
So you went on a little date with him, what you're saying.
He was probably hitting on you.
Nah, he was straight. He was straight.
I mean, he got your number. Y'all drove around. Like, y'all shared stories. Like, low-key a date.
He was talking about fucking bitches.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Right? He low-key
No.
did. That's
he wasn't hit. I don't think he was hitting on me. But he was cool. But yeah, he tried to sell me weed, which is kind of funny.
What else do you have a bad experience with Uber?
This isn't mine, but my brother got in an Uber that the guy was deaf. He couldn't hear.
Oh, whoa. Damn.
Bro, yeah, it's kind of goes before, too. Super scared.
Really?
It's kind of crazy.
But isn't that really dangerous? Like, you're not supposed to drive with, like, anything in your ears. So, like, what's the difference between that and, like, driving deaf?
Yeah,
I mean,
I never
really
thought about it,
but like, yeah.
Deaf people can drive. Like, they do have the right to get a license. I'm not sure if they have other things. Like,
do they have like things that help them in the vehicle? Like I don't. Like if someone's honking, do they know? Does it like vibrate or something? Maybe on the the steering wheel.
I don't know, but like, my brother said it was awesome because like he didn't have to worry about any of the small talk or any of that.
Yeah, that's
crap,
nice.
So.
I will say.
I'd rather my driver be able to hear and small talk me.
Yeah,
I definitely know. Yeah. Like what if you're dying in the back or something? Like,
I think I've caught 2 deaf Ubers and I've been like super shook every time. It's like, oh man, this again. Like
2.
Yeah, I'm calling 2 deaf Ubers.
But how do you know that they're
Uber
deaf?
tells you they're deaf now. Like,
okay.
Oh, really?
They say. Wow, that's crazy. Because I was gonna say, how would you know? I wouldn't even know.
No, what if he takes you to this like completely wrong spot? Like, what are you supposed to do?
I guess you'd text him or something.
Yeah, I guess you type. But like,
you just update the app.
Okay.
Okay.
Did that happen to you? Like, did he take you to the right spot? Like, drop you off at the right place?
Each time I've gone to the right place, it's actually been some of my more pleasant Uber rides.
Yeah, I'm sure it wasn't bad. But it's just confusing, I'm sure. Like, you're like, oh, well, I wasn't expecting this.
Did he have music playing?
No, I don't think either one had music playing. I'm not sure how deaf they were, but, like, it said that they were hard at hearing or whatever.
Okay,
like,
so,
could be deaf or some shit.
Yeah.
They might not have been, like, actually deaf. They might have just had bad hearing, too. That happens.
Like, my brother's guy was completely deaf. Like,
wow,
couldn't hear nothing. Yeah, it was crazy.
I mean, on one hand, I'm like, good for them, man. They got a job. Like, they're overcoming their disability. Like, that's pretty cool. But, yeah, it definitely might be a little scary.
I gotta ask, Nick. When dude was trying to sell you drugs, you weren't nervous?
Dude, I'd be hella nervous then.
He was hella friendly. Like, if he wasn't friendly, like, I would have been like, nah. Like, and he did it in, like, a nonchalant way. Like, he wasn't like, yo, you want to buy weed? It was like, oh, you smoke? You trying to buy some weed or something? Like, it was really quick, really nonchalant. Like, it wasn't, like, anything, like, crazy.
Dude tried to sell me drugs one time. I was so shook. I think it was crack or cocaine. One of the
okay, that's wild.
He said he found it in the back of his car. He's like, dude, left this behind. You want it? I was like, nah, I'm good. Mind you, this is like 4 a.m. I'm catching an early ride to the airport.
Yeah, I was gonna
it's
say,
a 50-minute ride. and like I couldn't cancel and like get somebody else, so I'm stuck riding with this dude. Right?
Yeah, that's.
And I'm super sleepy too because I just pulled the all-nighter, and I usually doze off if I'm going to the airport in the morning. But like,
I do the same thing.
I stayed awake the entire time, scared for my life. I was like, yo, if we get pulled over, we're both going to jail.
Yeah, I was gonna say because he's gonna say that's not his. And
like bro. It was the most nerve-wracking Uber ride I've ever had.
Yo,
like then
it's actually
I didn't want to give him a bad rating because he picked me up from home. Like, I live now. Like, it was
that's
super
crazy.
trash.
Dude, I didn't realize how terrifying that is. Like, if they have drugs and all they have to do is say that's not mine, and because of this dickhead Uber, you're going to jail. Like, that's crazy. Like, how mad would you be if you literally just got in an Uber and now you're getting arrested for drugs? Like, what?
There's gotta be
wild.
He wasn't nervous about the drugs either. Like, I was super nervous. He was like, "Oh, no, I'm good. I might just take this back to the hood and sell it." I'm like, "What else is in this car that I don't know about?"
Dude, I would have been so freaking out. I've been watching way too much live PD recently, and oh my goodness, the amount of times someone gets pulled over with drugs in the car and they say it's not theirs, and everyone goes to jail. Oh my goodness!
Do you know how many cops are at the airport and around the airport? I was like, oh man, if we somehow get stopped because your tags are fucked up or like your vehicle isn't up to code, like
you got a headlight out or something.
There's sometimes there's like those drug dogs at the airport too.
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh, that's
so like when you pull up, the dog might have like alerted.
Yeah,
like,
pull up, the dog bites you. Like,
bro, this dude act like he just found $100 bill and was ecstatic about it. I was like, yo, this is terrible. Like,
that's crazy. Yo, what if that was just like a bit? Like, he actually was selling drugs, and, like, he acts like he found it in the back.
Probably was. Like, that's probably what it is.
That might be his get. Like, that might be what he does.
Do you think that's what it is, Berg? Do you think, like, he actually found it, or do you think it was just
I didn't even put two and
drugs?
two together. That could have been it, because, like, it was a super late-night Uber, and so the people you pick up late at night, they might be in the crack. They might be in the cocaine.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, yeah.
I was in a nice area, too, so he might have thought that's how I was living. I don't know, but I was shook. Like, I stayed up the whole ride, tired as fuck, hoping we didn't get pulled over. Like,
yeah, that's just scary.
That could be a bit though. Like,
no, like you're 100% right. Like, that definitely could have been his hustle, selling cocaine to the fucking early bird Uber fucking riders and shit. I don't know.
That's creepy.
Now, have y'all ever been in any of those Ubers where they give you like candy and stuff, or like give you like snacks and all that, like bags of snacks?
I never.
Give you candy.
I never
sounded
take
wild.
Usually. The only one I'll do is water usually.
Yeah.
What? Like that's the craziest one.
Really? Are you serious?
I feel like you could put anything in your water. Like, I don't.
Yeah, but I feel like
though.
Couldn't you taste it usually? Or usually. Well, you could
read it off by the time you get there.
Yeah, there's stuff that you can't taste.
Really? Wow, I didn't even.
Especially in like a hot car too. Like,
usually water is the only one I'll do. Like if I see a water, I'll grab a water. But like, man, I never even realized that. I never thought about how dangerous that was.
Like some people do peppermints. Like I'll do like a hard mint or some hard candy in a wrapper before I drink some fucking water. Like,
wow, damn.
But the water's sealed. Like,
yeah, but you could reseal water. You could definitely reseal it. That's not like that. Like, there's no way you can't you can just glue it. I wouldn't even know. Lightly glue it. Like you're not even gonna think about that. You might.
I think I would know. But yeah, true. I've never thought about that though. It's probably good to think about. Probably something that you should be cautious about.
Like I'm never in that dire need of thirst. So it's like, hey, let me drink this random guy's water.
I've definitely been in dire need of thirst before.
Bro, I'd be coming back from the gym. I'd be like, nah, I'm good, B. I don't need no water. Like I'm almost home.
That's hilarious.
Dehydrated as fuck.
Yeah,
I don't need water. I'm good. I'm not parched or anything. Like.
That man is dying, but won't drink the water in the Uber. I am.
Have y'all been in any like Ubers that had custom cars? Like I drove in this Uber once.
Yeah,
it was in San Francisco. This dude had like a customized car. He was playing all these
stuff. Yeah.
It was like this Audi, custom wheels, custom car. He had this like dope ass like screen in it that was playing like these music videos. A bunch of girls with fat asses shaking their ass in the Uber. Really? It was like kind of crazy. Like
that's a wild Uber. That's a party Uber. I've been in a party Uber once.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah, it was pretty lit. There was like all kinds of like things shooting out everywhere. Man, that one dude I think had like confetti in his Uber. Like it was crazy. Yeah. He had like confetti. He had those flashing lights. He had a crazy experience, and we were only in it for like 2 minutes, but like it was a quick one. But man, I was like, damn, why don't I get this for long Ubers or something? Then again, I might get tired of it then.
Yeah, I took this one Uber once. This was a few weeks ago, or a few months ago actually. But it was the trashiest car. Like the car was dirty, stinky,
that's the worst.
Like,
I've been in one of them.
Like, it was gross. Like I had to put my bag in the trunk. There was like leaves in the trunk and like not a lot of it was like how the fuck are you an Uber? And it was like this lady too. It was like probably
really?
27-year-old lady. She was in like she wasn't like a slob or anything. Like,
well, she clearly was a slob. I mean, if she had leaves.
Well, I mean, like she didn't look like a slob. Like she wasn't like this like big ginormous lady or nothing. Like she was in decent shape. Like 27, like probably like around mid late 20s. Like I was shook. Like I was
Bro,
like,
I had one of those. I was so mad. It was some black chick that picked me up. I think I was running late for like school or some shit. So I hopped this Uber. And like her car smelled like what I'd imagine bad pussy smell like it was so bad.
Oh
no, and like I was in there suffocating for like 15 minutes. And like by the time I got out and got to class, I'm walking to class. I'm like, oh shit, I smell this shit in my clothes. Like I smell like bad pussy. Like bro, it was so.
Should have opened the window. Oh man,
it was so bad. Like no, like I was like I didn't want to open my mouth in the car because I didn't want to taste it and inhale it. So I was just sitting in the back seat with like my hand up over my mouth and nose, chilling.
Dude,
like it even crossed my mind to be like, yo, window, I need it. Like
window, roll it down.
Her car was so bad. Like I gave her a 0 rating, like the lowest rating possible. Like I was
definitely giving someone a lowest rating possible. There's this one guy seemed so chill, and then all of a sudden he started going off about some Trump shit. This was before he was elected too, and like he started getting like into some weird stuff. Like he was clearly racist. Like it was strange. Like it was very weird. But like I don't know, man. It was a weird experience, man. Like once you start getting political, it's usually pretty ass. I'm just going along with it too, like. Because I don't want to, like, he was definitely a racist. Like, it was kind of crazy. I think he was racist against white people, too. Which was even weirder, because he was white. So, like, it didn't make no
everybody.
sense. It didn't make no sense. He was really creepy, and I was, like, just going on. I was like, yeah, doing that, like, awkward laugh, like, oh, word, like.
Bro, I hate those.
As he's telling me about some crazy stuff, like, yeah.
I hate when you have to act interested and just be like, yeah, I know,
Yeah.
like. Just like give a bunch of yas back when like really like you don't like what the dude's talking about at all.
In reality, I was like, yo, like I would love to get
me the fuck out of here. Yeah. Like
that's the worst.
Duh, I hate political Ubers. Like when you get in there and they just want to talk about some political shit, it's like, bro, just like stick to the small talk, like the weather and like maybe some sports. Like don't talk to me about
the
fucking
Celtics or something
policies.
Silly.
I don't need to hear about that shit in an Uber. Like
right. I don't even want to talk about that shit in regular life. Never mind.
Right? Like Uber. Try to avoid those conversations in general. I'm in an Uber. I'm paying for this shit. I'm not paying to hear you talk about some politics.
Yo, I do wish there was like a setting on the Uber app where you could like push a button and the Uber driver would not talk to you. Like that would be pretty dope. Like Uber driver will not greet you, will not use small talk or something. Like
yeah, that's a good idea. Like before you get in there, like there's like suggestions like
a type of Uber
in the
driver
mood for conversation or.
Bro, I thought your body language just like gave that off. Like I come to the Uber, I got my headphones in, I'm looking down at my phone. Yep. Why are you engaging in convo with me? I clearly don't want to talk. Like I'm clearly a trash person. Like just give me my ride.
Yeah, like I'm clearly a trash person. I don't want to have any socialization with you. I just want my ride, Uber.
Bro, like I'd be so over that small talk for like 5 minutes. Like once again, like I've been in that scenario where like people are like on some political shit. It's like, yo, I'm just trying to get home. Like yeah. I didn't sign up for this. Like,
I definitely did sign up for that. So I think we've had enough of those pretty crazy Uber stories, but let's get into some sports, man. Good weekend for sports. Crazy stuff's been going down. Obviously, we don't talk much baseball, but I've been watching a little bit of baseball. Me and my girl were watching the end of Bartolo Colon. Trying to throw a no-hitter in a perfect game. Actually would have been the oldest guy to do so. Ended up kind of choking it in the 8th inning. They did win, though, but he walked the guy, and then he gave a hit right after that and back-to-back at-bats, which was so trash because I literally turned it on right then and there. Probably jinxed it. So that was trash, but we've also been watching Ohtani. I know he's playing the Red Sox today, who's the pitcher. He's from Japan, I think, and he's a pitcher and he's also a hitter, so kind of does both, but he's really good. And that was one of the things where you never know with international guys. So it's kind of crazy. Like, he low-key, like, people might be calling him the next, like, Babe Ruth, which is crazy. Like, Babe Ruth was one of the greatest players ever to do it. So that's been kind of cool. I'm excited to watch that. But let's talk about some other smaller, I guess, sports stuff. The Junior BBB League, that's pretty crazy. They've been doing tryouts, I think, somewhere in Texas or something. I remember seeing a picture of all of them running suicides, and there was like hundreds of guys. I think Lonzo tweeted it out or something. And I really like how they're doing that. I don't know. It's kind of, it's like not forcing guys to go to school just to leave after a year because, again, if you're a talented basketball player, sometimes school might not be your first priority. I mean, probably should be, but still, I like what they're doing there, and they're giving kids another option, which is always nice. And again, they're going to get paid for this, and there's a lot of problems going on with college basketball. But there's also the G League. They've upped their salaries, I guess, 35%, and now they're up to like $35K a year, which is pretty crazy. Again, we talked about this recently, and Andre Ingram was not making that much, and now, again, that's competitive with the 2K League. What do you think about that, Nick? Because we literally just touched on this, and now the salaries are higher.
The sad thing is, I'm glad they did it, but the sad thing is, I don't think they would have ever changed the salary if the 2K League wasn't a thing. Like, I feel like they only changed the salary just so it's, like, fair, like, equal opportunity, because they both have similar schedules. They're both working 5 months of the year. So, yeah, I feel like they literally just only upped the salary just to keep it on track with the E-League, and so people didn't think, oh, these players to play with their thumbs, play video games, are making more than actual possible future professional athletes. So that's the only reason why I feel like they did that, but I'm glad they did.
It does seem wild, the timing of it, like, super strange, because, like, this just happened now, and, like, the 2K League's firing up. And I'm sure there's been a lot of buzz about that. I know Darren Rovell and all the guys be tweeting about it.
Yeah, he literally, Rovell tweeted that it's like the G League salary is up to $35K. The 2K League salary is $35K as well. Like, he literally
Did
tweeted
he tweet
that.
So,
yeah,
and he's big on the business side of things. So
yeah,
like if something's going on, he probably knows, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's a correlation between the two.
Yeah.
So that's kind of wild. I don't know. Again, good for those guys. I'm glad. Because I'm sure the G League makes plenty of money, but so it's nice to see those guys getting paid a little bit, probably more fair, I think, because there's so much time and effort that goes into that. It's more than just the hourly, wage type thing. It's the time that gets put in off the court, too, that they're now probably getting paid for.
Like, it's not just a 5 months of the year job. It's
exactly.
Like, to be in the G
That's
League, you got to be working
months.
on your game.
That's
like,
all
damn
year.
near every day for the whole year, so yeah.
Again, I've been hooping with the guy who I'm pretty sure he's going to keep trying out. He got a tryout last year for a D-League team, last year when it was D-League. Pretty sure he's going to still try and get on a roster this year, which would be pretty crazy. He's really good, man. Again, I was talking... you guys have seen him. He's in one of my videos. I'll probably try and record some more with him. But yeah, really good basketball player, man. I swear. Like, there are times where he just does not miss. Like, it doesn't matter. He'll be like double covered, triple covered. He'll make every single shot. Like, he has nights where he doesn't miss, and it's pretty crazy to see.
You gotta make a little mixtape of him, put him over, man. Help him achieve that dream, bro. Like,
he's nice, man. I threw him an alley-oop one night. It was pretty crazy. Like, I threw him off the backboard. I'm good.
G League up in the bag. G League. Yeah, kind of like you said. I think they just did it to you know what I'm saying. What you say?
Bro, stop ripping up the papers while you're talking on the podcast.
Crazy.
Like, what are you doing?
No, run that back. G League up in the bag, the salary. Like you said, long time overdue. Don't think they would have did it if it wasn't for the 2K E-League. Also, to circle back to that big baller shit, they got some new sponsors for the league. I think I just saw they just announced that Wilson is like their basketball sponsor for the league and shit.
Love Wilson basketball. They're
you like
so
Wilson?
Good.
I like Wilson's too. Wilson's cool. They got some little grippity grip on them.
Nice and soft. I like those basketballs.
Let me see. Fuck, what was I gonna say? I forgot what I was gonna say. That's crazy.
I don't know. I like it though. He's giving kids an opportunity, and again, he's creating jobs for people in America. Like, I don't know how people could
asked though, like, how long can you be in the league? I think is there like an age requirement for it?
I'll tell you.
I don't know.
So the difference between the Junior BA, the JBA is what they're calling it, the Big Baller Brand Basketball League, essentially, is you must be a graduating high school senior or working towards a GED. You must be at least 17 years old, but not older than 19. So it's 17, 18, and 19. So you're going to be going up against talent that's the same age. So in the G League, you could be like 20 years old playing against a guy who's 33, like Andre Ingram. But in this, it's going to be all people who are around the same age, pretty much. So that's one good thing about it, I think. Yeah, I actually really like that. Like, I thought it was a trash idea until I heard that. Now it makes sense to me.
Okay, but is it gonna put them in a position to like go play pro overseas somewhere, or maybe get looked at by the NBA?
That's only a couple years. That's pretty. Pretty short. Window.
I don't know
I
if
figured it'd be more than that.
I don't know if NBA scouts are gonna watch this and be like, "Oh, we need to draft this."
They will.
Like, they're probably gonna watch it, but I don't know if it's gonna put them on a platform to be like, "Okay, this dude has a better chance of getting drafted because he went to the JBA instead of him going to college basketball." Like, I don't know if that's going to help their career path, you know?
Yeah, like, I feel like the best bet for guys coming out would still be, I guess, if you really don't want to do college, your best bet might be the D League or, of course, overseas.
Overseas, I feel like a lot of guys do overseas now. But Lonzo did, I mean, not Lonzo. LiAngelo did that, and a lot of people are like hating on that.
But the thing is, LiAngelo, we're talking about like the 5-star prospects. LiAngelo was a 3-star prospect. Like,
I mean, he played really well overseas. I hate to break it.
It's rarely it's rare for a 3-star prospect to make the NBA, right? Like a 5-star prospect, most of them make the NBA.
I think you mean to get drafted to the NBA, because I'm sure there are 3-star prospects that are in the NBA.
There's not a lot.
Really?
There are some, but not a lot. There's a ton of 3-star prospects.
Do you know how many guys go undrafted? They had to.
If you're a 5-star prospect, though, you're pretty you're looked at to be an NBA player in the next few years.
Yeah.
So if you're a 5-star prospect and you want to get paid playing basketball, your best bet is to go overseas and then get drafted, in my opinion.
But if you're a 3-star, I'm not even sure if overseas is an option for you.
Yeah.
And then if it comes down between the JBA, D League, or college, I think college is your best bet, because like, you're not guaranteed nothing with the JBA or the G League. Like,
the thing is, with college you could be. With college, you could be there for like 3-4 years, make a name for yourself maybe in the 3rd or 4th year, and then get drafted in the 2nd round. Like, there's a lot of players like that.
Yeah, you can stay for 4, come out with your game on point, be like a Kyle Kuzma, or like.
But that also means, again, it means 4 years of going to school and going to class, and some classes at some schools are a little bit more serious.
If you're a basketball player, you don't have to really be taking shit. Like,
that's not the case everywhere. Definitely not the case everywhere.
No. Like, trust me, the athletes at, let's say, D1 schools, or even small D1s, like, they go to classes that you really don't have to attend. Like,
all right, Harvard is a D1 school. I'm pretty sure Harvard is not that way.
Okay, but no one who's thinking about going to the JBA or overseas is going to Harvard.
I'm just saying. You said,
and to be a basketball player at Harvard, you have to be an elite student as well.
That's what I'm saying, but like certain schools are a bit more serious. It depends. I'm sure there are D1 schools out there that take their classes very seriously. Like, there definitely are some.
Like,
I definitely
D1 athletes I've been around. I'm like, trust me, like, the majority of the classes they take aren't like the pick or easiest classes.
I know they take easy classes too. I knew that. Yeah, I know they take easy classes too, and they'll figure out the easy professors, and there's always that too.
I feel like college is still the best. I feel like college is still the best option though, because if you do one of these, if you do the JBA League or if you go overseas, you can't go and play college basketball again.
Why can't you?
Because you've made money off it. You're no longer an amateur. Yeah, you're not considered an amateur, so you can't play in the NCAA.
Really?
Which is so like LaMelo Ball going overseas and playing for the Lithuanian team that he's on, he can't play college basketball. Ever.
Huh. I didn't know that.
Unless the rules change, but they're probably not going to.
I didn't know that. I did not know that. I mean, he can still go to college, though.
Yes, but
if
he's trying to... He can't play basketball in college, and if we're talking about hoop streams, we're talking
about... Well, no, but I'm saying right now, like say someone is really good at basketball, but maybe they don't have the funds, or they're not going to get the scholarship just because they're not that well known or recognized, or maybe they're not that good. They could always go make some money off the JBA and then go to college too. Like there's always options like that. I'm sure someone else
doesn't pay that much though.
It's not paying enough to a point where it's going to pay for a good education. Like, I mean, what you're saying, Shake,
it'll pay for the start of it though. It could pay for the start.
No,
the best,
not really.
Not a good school. The best plan of action, if you're one of those guys, is to probably try to play at a community college somewhere. Like, this is what Jimmy Butler did. He played at a community college for, I think, 2 years. Then Marquette was looking at one of his teammates. They saw him. They're like, okay, you could walk on here at Marquette. Went to Marquette, played really well, ended up in the NBA. I think that's a good plan for people if you really, really, really want it that bad.
I'm pretty sure
he also worked harder than everybody.
College too.
But
yeah, it's definitely happened. I know that for sure. But
like the thing with the JBA is like their salary. I don't know it off the top of my head, but the salary isn't nothing crazy, and it might not be like the D League where the D League might cover their housing and some of their expenses.
Yeah.
We don't know what all living expenses the fucking Big Baller League is going to cover. And then about the taxes, you're not really going to be left with a lot. So like you can't really go there and then be like, okay, I'm gonna just pay for my college with this money I made there.
Yeah, my whole thing was like you could get a loan for college, or you could apply for student loans, because sometimes you need money to do that. Like if you don't have any money, sometimes they're gonna be like no. So sometimes you do need money in the first place, though. Or I don't know, maybe your family's going through a hard time and they're just gonna make money off it that way. Like some people do that. Like I mean, obviously there's a lot of under the table stuff in college that kind of covers that. But now he's trying to make it so there doesn't have to be that, so it can be okay to pay the athletes is what I think he's trying to do.
But those JBA players aren't going to be making nearly as much as Ayton just made the last year. Like
yeah, but
or Bagley. Like I'm pretty sure Duke bought Bagley like an $800K house. Like
again, I don't know how the legality of that shit, and if like they can get in trouble for that down the line. I don't know how that works.
I don't know. I know the programs get in trouble, but like I've never heard of a player actually get in trouble.
Yeah,
like I've never heard of any, like they're not going to take the money back from the player. Like I've never heard of any players like getting in legal trouble. Like Derrick Rose got money.
Yeah,
a lot of those players got money. Like the organizations got in trouble. But like with Reggie Bush specifically, he got a shit ton of money. They took away their national championships, but did they ever did Reggie Bush ever get in any legal trouble? I don't think so.
I don't know. I really don't know. But either way, I think it's a good attempt at something, which I don't mind. Because, again, it also might force the hand of the NCAA to eventually push some type of, hey, we're paying our players at least something. I think that's going to happen anyways. I think they're going to be eventually forced to pay players. But this could be one of the stepping stones towards that, is kind of what I'm saying. All it takes is for them to see a little drop in viewership or attendance or anything really. A small drop, and they might want to change their minds a little bit. Because I'm sure if they're getting plenty of money, they could always dole out a little bit here and there. Mm-hmm. But let's talk some NBA playoffs. And also, of course, I guess coinciding with the Big Baller brand, Jordan Crawford is supposed to be sponsored by BBB. I know he's got some... They sent him shoes, I think, and now is he on the team? He's on Big Baller brand? Is that what it is? I don't know.
Yeah, they're sponsoring him for the playoffs or whatever, which is cool.
Okay, so does that mean it's just for this run, or he's I guess a part-time BBB sponsored athlete? Is that what basically it is? I guess, yeah.
Something like that, I guess. I'm not sure what that even means for the Big Baller brand, if they're going to be sponsoring more athletes, but I guess the idea in itself is cool that they're sponsoring someone outside of their fucking family.
I'm kind of surprised it took this long to do, actually. I would have thought they would have branched out and reached out to guys a while back, because there were a couple players, I think, wearing Lonzo's shoes. I think I've seen a couple guys wearing them in games, but I think this is the first time it's sponsored, and it's going to be actually, he's probably getting paid for it. And it's an interesting athlete, too. Again, Jordan Crawford wasn't even on that team a couple weeks ago. So, kind of a strange pick, but I don't know. Maybe he, knows them personally, behind the scenes, stuff like that. But let's talk NBA playoffs, man. We had some crazy stuff go down. Berg, tell me you were watching some of these games over the weekend. There was some crazy
these
stuff.
These games were amazing, Bake.
They actually were. I really hope you were watching. LeBron, all right, so I said last time that LeBron was 24 or 25-0 over the past few years. Okay, so the record was he was 21-0 over the past, I think it's 4 or 5 seasons. So he hadn't lost a game in the first round in that span. So that's what I was trying to say.
That doesn't make sense.
It does make sense. So basically what happened...
he won 21 games in a row in the first round?
Yes.
That makes sense.
That's what I just said. I just said that.
Okay,
I just said that.
I thought you meant in all of the series, because that's an odd number.
No.
So, yeah, okay. That makes sense.
In all of the series, he's played 15 years damn near, so obviously it'd be a lot more games. But I'm saying over the past, 5 years, he was on a 21
Over the past
game.
21 games, he was 21-0.
Yes. So they had. Okay. So that means they won 4 or 5 straight series as 4-0, 4-0, 4-0. They've been sweeping teams. Yes,
it doesn't make sense. 21, God. It's not. It doesn't make sense, Shake. 21 is not divisible by 4.
Yes, it is. Sadly, just take off that one series. It's 4 years in a row. I don't know how you don't get that. What? How do you not get that? What's
4 times 4 is 16.
Yes,
you said 21.
So they had won at least. Nicholas, it's simple. They've won at least 4 series 4-0 in a row. It's actually 5. Then it would be 5. It would be 5 and then that one series.
Okay, so it's 21 straight wins in the first round. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, which equals to, as I said, 5 straight sweeps. And now he's going for a 6th straight sweep. But because of Victor Oladipo, that did not happen. Oladipo, man, he was balling. And the Cavs looked pretty ass for the most part. I still think their head coach is a mess. He had some type of mental issues, and he stepped away from the team, and he stepped back. But, man, I don't know what they're doing. Tristan Thompson barely plays. Some people might say he's not that good, but I still think he's a pretty good player when he's on the court. I disagree. I've seen him out there. Still a good rebounder. Still should get minutes. All right, you're paying a guy $20 to $25 million. Are you serious? You're not gonna play him. You might as well have cut him or something. It's ridiculous. So I still think he should be getting some type of minutes. Playing Kevin Love with the 5 just seems silly to me, especially where they got killed the other night. It just wasn't working. Sabonis, good player, not a great player though, and he was giving them buckets at times. They definitely could have used a bigger lineup, and especially when you got guys out there like Jeff Green, who didn't score all freaking night. And, again, very inconsistent. It's a bench guy who should be coming off the bench. So, again, sometimes he has really good nights, but you didn't see a lot of minutes from Korver. Osman, who's been really good from them, didn't see a lot of minutes, and they ended up taking the L. They play again Wednesday, which will be the same day the episode goes up, so pretty interesting. We'll just have to wait and see if the Pacers can take a 2-0 road lead going back to Indiana with the chance to sweep. That'd be crazy. So
let me just let this be known. I predicted the Cavs losing the first game of that series.
We both did. I mean, we both said they'd lose in 5. No. We both gave them a game.
I said there's no way the Cavs lose the first game.
No,
I said the Cavs are losing the first game and then they're going to win 4 straight. We'll see if that happens.
I said that won't happen. I don't think they're going to lose. I don't think they'll lose 4 straight right now. I said if they win the first game, they get a chance at winning the series and making it interesting, which they did. But I don't see them losing in 5 straight. So I think my prediction's gonna be wrong. I think now it'll be probably a 6-game series.
Yeah, I also think it'll be 6 now too.
I don't think they'll.
Yeah, I did have the Cavs losing the first game.
You did. Yep, you did call that, and again, very impressive. But I don't think they're gonna lose 4 straight. I'd be surprised. I think the Cavs will turn it up. But man, I really would be surprised if the Cavs drop another game. LeBron should have taken over more. They'll make a score at literally any point in the basketball game, and it was too passive. Way too passive.
He shot guys 7 for 17. That's not a good shooting game for LeBron.
I mean, yeah, none of them were shooting well from the outside. But he was getting to the line like nothing. Anytime he drove, he was getting free throws. He also missed a couple free throws. I mean, would have helped him out in the end. Because they got it down to 6 or 7 points, and then they just, I don't know, the Pacers didn't collapse, I guess. Which everybody was expecting, man, watching that game. Because that's happened before. Happened last year. They were up 24 in Game 3, and then they collapsed. And we almost saw that. It was very close to happening again. But Pacers did a good job in that one.
Let's move on to the next series. Who else we got? Shake?
Man, why don't we talk to Celtics? Why not? Keep it in the East. Celtics are playing tonight, so by the time this episode's over, we won't even know what the series is at. But Game 1 was crazy, man. Oh, my goodness. Celtics were up pretty handily. They were doing well. And then second quarter, man, the Bucks just fought back. They plus 20 the Celtics in the second quarter. They were up, I think, 3 at halftime. Not too bad. And then we had those crazy buzzer beaters. And, Rozier, man, hit him with the deadliest step back of all time. Like, Eric Bledsoe, did you see the memes? I don't want to be here. That's what he looked like. He didn't play no defense, snatched. Man.
Like,
that was a snatch. He got killed. He got snatched. If he had hit the floor, that might have been the greatest move of all time. Like, I'm not going to lie. The James Harden one was pretty good this year. If he had hit the floor, oh my goodness, that would have been crazy. It was still pretty wild, but Rozier hits in. I thought it was for game. The announcer thought it was for game, but with .5 left, Middleton hit a crazy shot way deep.
No. Jaylen Brown played ass defense.
It wasn't ass defense. That was what he's supposed to do. They're playing his zone.
No, that was terrible defense.
No. He's 40. He's like
to
40
let
feet
him
away
get
from
a
basket.
wide open look. You never let anyone get a wide open look.
He
like,
was 40 feet
ass
away.
Defense.
You don't want to foul. I have no problem with that defense. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have no problem with that.
If y'all would have lost, you would have had a problem.
Honestly, we couldn't have lost. If he had fouled, we would have lost.
If y'all would have lost in overtime after he hit that shot, you would have had a problem. That was terrible defense.
No, I really wouldn't have had a problem with that, actually. I wouldn't have a problem. Nope. Honestly, as long as the game was close, I wouldn't have had a problem with us losing. I had said that. But if we played like we did in the second quarter, I would have been pissed. Yeah, that would have been made me mad. But no, I wouldn't. I just didn't want him to foul there. I'm fine with us going to overtime, but don't foul and give him a 4-point play or give him 3 free throws. I hate when they do that. Happens sometimes, especially with .5 left. Guy just made a miracle shot. Happens every now and then.
I thought it was wide open. It wasn't a miracle. Like
he was 40 feet from the hoop. Like
it was still naked open.
Oh my god! It was a miracle shot.
It was it was an incredible shot.
It was a
but
miracle
like
shot.
you got to play better defense than that. You got to
no, because you don't want to foul there. You don't want to foul. That is the whole point.
God, you can play defense without fouling. Like
he
was
playing defense. They were literally playing his zone, and he did what he was supposed to do. Like you're not supposed to touch the shooter. He didn't touch the shooter. You're
not supposed to let the shooter get a wide ass, naked ass open look. Like that was terrible defense.
I'm not hearing this. All right, we're good. You good? All right, you good now? Yeah.
It was bad defense. On to the next series, though. Jazz Thunder.
Let me finish. But Celtics look good. We about to take Game 2 tonight, hopefully. And, hopefully I'm right by tomorrow. And we did take Game 2. But if not, hey, 1-1. It's going to be a good series. And, I stand by the Celtics. They look pretty good. And it's cool to see the youth movement of the Celtics. But, yeah, let's start with the next series. Who else we got that was a good one?
Jazz vs. Thunder, that's going to be a really good series. I know the Thunder came out to play. Paul George, now known as Playoff P, gave himself his own nickname before the game. I guess he lived up to it. Dropped 36 points. He was making freaking everything, dude.
Yeah, he was cooking.
Miss. He couldn't miss,
I feel like he's usually good, but like the only time you kind of worry with Paul George is if in the clutch situations. You kind of worry about him a little bit. But besides that, man, he be clutch. He be cooking, and he had a really good game, especially when Donovan Mitchell and the Jazz came out firing. Like, he was on fire. He's 4-4 to start the game. He did stub his toe at some point, and that kind of hurt him, but definitely still think this game goes 6. I said Thunder in 6. I stand by that. Thunder in 6. In fact, honestly, it might not go 6 in my opinion. It might be a little less. Yeah, that's just how it is. The Jazz are good, but their backcourt, it's just not as good as Russell Westbrook and Paul George. It's just not. Rubio is just not as good. I'm sorry. That's a good team. Thunder are really good. Thunder could make the finals. Like, I really think it's between the Warriors, the Rocket, and the Thunder, to be honest. I know that's 3 of the four teams that are probably going to move on, but
yeah.
I know, but I think it's really between those 3.
Such a bold take or anything.
It's between those 3 teams, seriously.
Name the 1 seed, the 2 seed, and the 5 seed.
I know, but yeah.
Or the 4 seed, actually.
Just keep it real. It's one of those 3 teams that's making it. So it should be interesting. I want to see the Thunder and Warriors matchup. I don't know if that'd be round 2 or round 3, but man, that would be a fun
round
matchup.
3.
I want to see that. I like the Rockets too, but I want to see that matchup, man. But yeah, Berg, what you think of the games this weekend? Anything catch your mind?
Oh, those games were amazing. Did you see the shot?
Which shot?
The shot.
The shot.
Terry Rozier? Yeah, I saw that shot. Of course I saw that.
No, that wasn't a shot.
What? What do you mean that wasn't a shot? That was an ankle breaker
shot.
And then a step back shot. What do you mean?
We're talking about Jimmy Butler's terrible shot in clutch against the Rockets.
Ass.
That was a great game.
Bro,
that was
not my MVP.
Like, that game with Nick. Nick swore that was a solid shot.
Okay, no.
So trash.
Do not say that. I said he's made that shot before.
That's what they got.
I said he's made that shot before. That was
Ass.
a shitty shot, though.
Terrible.
That was a terrible shot.
That's the shot he takes. That's the look.
No. I did not say that. I said he's made that shot before because he has, but it was still a terrible fucking shot. That was a really good game though. Shout out to Derrick Rose. He was tearing it up. My boy D Rose. I feel like the only reason the Timberwolves lost that game was because of coaching. Deadass. Tibbs is my guy. It's my former coach. I love Tibbs, but
you don't think it was because Harden's 44?
The reason Harden had 44 is because you had Derrick Rose guarding him for a long
Harden's unstoppable.
Period
That's
of
why
time.
he got 44. He's unstoppable. MVP.
Bro,
That's why
you
he got 44.
having Derrick Rose on Harden is literally one of the stupidest things you could do. The lineup he had out, he had Derrick Rose, Jamal Crawford,
was Jimmy Butler covering?
No. Listen. Let me finish. He had Derrick Rose, Jamal Crawford, and Tyus Jones on the court at the same time. You can't do that when Harden's on the floor. None of those three guys can play any defense on James Harden. Like,
you shouldn't be running
that.
3-guard sets like that. I mean, it's usually not a good thing. Like, the Celtics usually run 3-guard sets. I hate it. Like, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Depends on the 3 guards, again. But if they're all small,
are 3
it doesn't work.
small scoring
Yeah, if they're all
guards.
small, it's usually
None of those guys are good defenders. Like, Rose is not a good defender anymore.
Oh, Rose is a
Jamal
trash
Crawford's
defender.
a terrible defender, and Tyus Jones not really a good defender. Like, putting Derrick Rose on James Harden is asking James Harden to just go off. Like, that was a terrible idea. You got to change the rotation so you don't have those 3 guys on the court at the same time. You have to have, every time James Harden's on the floor, you have to have either Jimmy Butler or Andrew Wiggins on the floor as well. And Wiggins needs to start playing some fucking defense. He's athletic enough. He's fast enough. He just needs to do it. Like, it's plain and simple.
Well, I don't know what Wiggins was doing after that shot, too. Like he tried to get it out to the 3-point line and, like, literally just threw the ball out of bounds.
He got fouled. Like, I don't know why they didn't call a foul. Yeah,
I mean,
he got fouled. It wouldn't have mattered. They still would have lost. But, like, he definitely got fouled. I don't know why they didn't call it. Also, Cat, he needs to not be afraid of the moment. It was his first playoff game ever.
Bro, didn't he have 9 shots? Why is he not shooting more?
Cat's afraid of the moment. Like, there was a few times where he got the ball in the low post with, like, a mismatch on him, and he passed out of it. Like,
which is weird.
Cat's got to be more aggressive.
Now, you can say about Giannis, too. Like, he
Giannis
was doing all kinds of shit in, like, the regular seasons, but in the playoffs, he kind of shrunk and fell back to, like...
Bro, Al Horford low-key fathered him.
Big man role.
Al Horford was killing him, dude. He was, for some reason, like, every time he'd back down Giannis, he'd make him grab him and foul him. He was getting frustrated. Al Horford was the best player on the court the other night. He was really good.
He was super good. Like if you look at the stat sheet, it's like, oh, Giannis, he had a solid game, but down the stretch,
he had 35,
he disappeared.
Yeah, definitely did. Like, honestly, Middleton hit those big shots that low-key saved him. Eric Bledsoe was terrible, too. Why is Eric Bledsoe so bad? Can someone tell me that? Like, he was miserable in game 1, man. He was bad. He was terrible.
I didn't watch the game. Why did Jabari Parker only play 15 minutes?
Because they were running big lineups with Henson a lot more. And that's a good question.
Like, that's stupid as shit. Like, Jabari is probably their 3rd best player. Like, Jabari's a fucking beast. Like, I don't know. Like, him only getting 15 minutes, scoring 2 points. Like, yes, you were going to lose the series 100% by doing that.
He wasn't. Like, it was like he wasn't even out there, to be honest. Like, he was barely out there.
Yeah, like, you got to take advantage of having a guy like that. Like, I don't know. Like, Jabari is far better than Snell, far better than Henson. Giannis can run the 3 or the 4.
Henson was having a good game. Henson was playing all right, but yeah. Besides Giannis and Middleton, I'm really not too scared of the Bucks. I'm gonna be honest with you.
If they start using Jabari,
I'm not really too scared of Jabari either. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Jabari's a beast.
I don't know, man. Ever since that injury, he doesn't look the same.
He's had some really good games. He's just not getting many minutes.
Yeah, we'll see what happens in game 2.
Like, his per 36, even after the injury, has been really good. Like, he's shooting the ball well. He's having his best year 3-point wise. Let me see his per. They don't show per 36 on here. That's trash. But yeah.
Moving on to another series though. Last night I watched the second game of the Spurs Warriors series, and man, that was crazy too because the Spurs actually had a shot. LaMarcus Aldridge having a great game. I think it was either Dejounte Murray or Patty Mills was having a really good fourth quarter, and they couldn't beat Durant. Durant was really good last night. Man, who else? Iguodala was crazy good again.
Clay was going off.
Clay was going off. Iguodala was good too, though. He started the game like 3 for 3 on threes. But Clay was nasty as well. Clay is, I think, someone say he was shooting like 20 for like 30 for the series, like from 3. Crazy nice. Or I don't think it was from 3. Maybe it was just overall, but he's been playing so well, man. Like, it's crazy. The Warriors are still so good. Like, again, because this is against Greg Popovich, who it doesn't really matter what his team is. Still an excellent coach, and he's going to put forward a tough game every single time. So, pretty impressive, but, man, I don't know, man. Every broadcast, they keep talking about Kawhi Leonard not being there, and it does seem wild that he's not even at the games. Where is he? What is Kawhi Leonard doing right now? Like, dead ass. Where is he at? I just don't understand that. That makes no sense to me. As a teammate, Kawhi... like, I don't know. I don't like what he's doing.
Kawhi's the same place Berg is when we talk about the NBA.
Yo, he be gone. He's just not there. Like,
he just be gone. He's just not there.
Good one, Nicky.
Thanks, bud.
Like, someone said he was, like, in New York or something, but, like...
everyone was coming out with Kawhi's on Fortnite. Kawhi's doing this. Kawhi's doing that. It was pretty funny.
I don't know. Again, I don't know what's going on with the injury behind scenes, but, man... You should be at the games. I don't know.
If you're injured, you should be there.
I don't know if you got family issues or if something's going down, but you should be at the games, man. Kyrie Irving's been at the games. Pretty sure Gordon Hayward, sometimes he's at the game, but he's rehabbing and stuff. So I don't know. It's weird. Just not being there at all. Strange look. Very strange. And he's not like at practice. I don't know where he is. Greg Popovich doesn't even sound like he knows where he is. I would be so upset as a Spurs fan. And I wouldn't be surprised if eventually Kawhi Leonard's in a Celtics jersey. Apparently, that's what the rumor mills are saying. And
it's this time of the year again. All right.
No. That's what they're saying. They say
that shit every year. AD's gonna be a Celtic too.
All right, no, but they said that with Gordon Hayward, and he's a Celtic. Like what do you mean?
They also said that with fucking everybody. They said that with Jimmy Butler. They said that with Paul George.
We didn't want Jimmy Butler. Sorry.
They said that with Boogie.
Missing threes.
They said that about every star who's ever been on the trade block in the last 5 years.
Foot on the line.
One of them panned out. Oh boy.
Airball and head ass. We don't want no Jimmy Butler. We don't need him. We don't want Jimmy Butler.
Y'all could really use him, but all right.
No. We definitely don't need Jimmy Butler. Like, I hate to break it to you. We have Kyrie Irving. We have Gordon Hayward. Got a lot of good players. Kawhi Leonard's pretty nice though. But man, this whole situation, terrible look. I'm sure once he gets back and playing, it'll all brush over. But man, until then, he is he's catching some flack today. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, you should. Where is he? He's absent. Like, at least put out a statement, say where you are, be at the game, support your team, support your old-ass teammates that have been supporting you throughout your entire career, that have been teaching you. You think Manu's never done anything for Kawhi? You think Manu's never taught anything to Kawhi about the game? I don't know what the situation is in the locker room, how they feel about it, but from the outside looking in, it looks like a really bitch move by Kawhi to not be there at all.
Again, I don't know what's going on with him, but it's strange.
I was wrong.
Which one?
Heat. I was
told
wrong.
You the Heat were good. I told you, yeah.
I still don't think they're good. I called Wade washed. Maybe he's not as washed as I thought.
He's not. I told
Maybe
you
he's
that.
not
Wade
as
shows
washed
up in
as
the
I
playoffs.
thought. He had a good game. Really
he
good
does
game.
that in the playoffs, though. He really does. Like they're managing his minutes well. He shows up in the playoffs, hits some shots, and because of him, they won that game yesterday. They were about to choke that shit, and he saved their asses. Like, they were flopping around on the court. It was I think like a 16-point game, and then it was all the way down to like a 2-point game. And Wade got some big buckets, got a steal, and I mean, Ben Simmons, he gets to the rim so easily. My goodness, they're playing no defense. The Heat, they were not playing any defense during that stretch, but now they're coming home with a 1-1. They stole a game. Telling you,
without Embiid on the court, this series,
we don't know.
I still don't think it's going to be
Embiid might not even come back. We don't know what's up with him.
Pretty sure Embiid's probably going to play Game 3. Not for sure, but I think he is.
I know he was like Snapchatting something about being babied, but like, I don't know, man. Even if he does, with the mask, he might not play well. Like, you don't know how players play with the mask on and shit. Also, another thing too, Embiid's going to slow down the pace of the game. It's one thing the guys on TNT said, and they actually made a really good point about it. He's going to slow down the pace of the game, which is actually going to hurt the 76ers in a little bit, because they were running up and gunning like super fast last night at the end where they're coming back.
That's so head-ass. If you're saying having the best center, possibly the best center in the NBA on the court is going to hurt you, that's just stupid.
It'll change the game. I'm not saying
it'll change the game, but it doesn't, like, everything changes the game. Like, that doesn't mean it's bad. Like, you want the best fucking center in the league on the court. Like,
they're a very good transition team when they're running and gunning. It's going to make them more of a half-court set now when he's in the game. And it's just going to give Miami time to set their defense, and again, it'll help them out a little bit in that aspect. Whereas last night, they were just running and gunning on them.
So having Amir Johnson on the court instead of fucking Embiid is better. That's stupid to me.
Amir Johnson wasn't playing a ton of minutes. Like, you're acting like he's playing like 30, 40 minutes.
He's their starting center with Embiid out.
Yeah, and he didn't play like, I don't know how many minutes he played last night, but it wasn't.
Oh wait, he didn't start that last game. Never mind, I'm tripping.
He was in for a little bit, but he didn't play.
I thought he started the first game though.
I don't remember, but anyways, yeah, their role players are playing really great for Philly though. I gotta say that Bellinelli and who's the other? JJ Redick.
Game one, Bellinelli, Ilyasova were all on.
Bellinelli was hitting big shots in the last game too. That man crazy. He hits like crazy.
Amir Johnson did start game one. He played 22 minutes.
Ilyasova
had a really good game, 17 and 14.
Was playing super nice.
So they decided to start Ilyasova game two.
Ilyasova played really well last night too. Like he was helping him come back too. But the Heat, I mean, what can you do? Dwayne Wade was Dwayne Wade last night. Like that was vintage Dwayne Wade turning back the clock once again. I told you he'd do that. He did it to Charlotte. He does that in the playoffs. That's just what he does. He's still a good basketball player. He's still got some left in those knees. So
we'll see if he continues to do it.
I'm excited to see the rest of that series. Again, might go 7 now. Like I think I originally said 6. Might go 7. Lastly, I think this is the only thing we haven't touched on is the Blazers and AD. I think they have another game tonight as well. So they'll already be 2-0. But excited to just kind of see Anthony Davis get his first playoff win. And yeah, I don't know. I like that series. It's another good series too, man. That was a close one. And then I don't know what the hell the Trailblazers were doing at the end of that game, but they really were going for a 2 when they needed a 3. Like, it just didn't make any sense. They turned the ball over and the game was over. So stupid. I don't understand that.
Yeah, you got to give CJ the ball in the clutch. CJ
with like 8 seconds left.
Hand. Dame had
CJ was making
game.
him. But I mean, he still was like 4 for 9 on threes. Like, we're acting like he was terrible. He was still shooting like 45%. So, yeah, I'm excited for that. Again, pretty much all the series have been pretty good. The only one that hasn't is the Spurs and Warriors, but even that game wasn't that bad last night. So, very good NBA playoffs right now. Like, peak
Rockets,
NBA.
Raptors, Wizards. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, we didn't talk about that either, but that was a really good game, too. Came down to the end. The Wizards kind of choked it. They also got screwed by the refs. Wall was getting no calls at all, man. But, again, excited to see that. Still think it goes 7. Very good series, I think. I think the Wizards steal this game tonight. They really should have won the last one. They really should have.
Has Wall been good since coming back, though?
No.
He's had his moments, but he doesn't look that great. Doesn't look
good at all.
He looks a little disengaged, too, especially when he's not getting those whistles. Man, he was pissed the other night.
Bro,
he was like ready to lose his shit.
I'm pretty sure his teammates don't like him, and like that made sense. Like at the end of the game, like he was just going to the rim and chucking. Like those were ass shots.
I mean,
like he wasn't getting calls. You're right, but those were still ass takes.
He should have got the calls. Like that was a biased ref.
Not all of them. Like
refs,
some of them was just an ass take. Like some of them, yes, there were fouls, but others it was just like it's just an ass take. Like,
but that's what John Wall is.
6 for 20 that game.
He's kind of a
with
volume
5
player.
turnovers. He did have 15 assists, but.
He had a pretty good game,
6 for 20 out of my point guard. Hell no.
He's a volume guy. He needs the ball. He's got to attack, and I mean, again, sometimes that'll work, but he wasn't getting any calls, and that was definitely getting in his head. He was frustrated, man. You could just see it. At one point, he went to like yell, and he was like, "Man, I can't get teed up." Like he was ready to get tossed. To look like. So, I'm excited. Good NBA playoffs. It's the best time of the year. And, yeah, lots of notable performances.
What's the watching?
Time for my favorite segment of the week. What you watching? Shake, Berg, what you guys watching, boys?
Man, I've been watching the 100 because the new season comes out, like, what, next week? Next Tuesday?
A week from today.
So, yeah, I've been watching that. We need to watch, like, 10 more episodes. But, man, really good show. I love it. And I've also been watching a lot of Live PD. Me and Berg would talk about that a little bit. But, man, Live PD, so good. On Fridays and Saturdays. It is like, what is it, 3 or 4 hours? I think it's 3 hours. Starts at 9, goes till midnight. Awesome, I love it. It's cops, but it's live if you haven't seen it. And you see the craziest things. Like, man, it's really good.
What channel is it on?
It's on A&E.
Okay.
Honestly, like, it's really crazy. Like, you see, like, cop chases live as they're happening. You see people running from the cops. You see people getting arrested. And you really learn a lot more, I guess, about the law. It's actually a really good show. Like, I don't know. I would recommend it to pretty much anyone of any demographic just because it can be educational, it can be entertaining, and it's just overall really good watch. So, yeah.
So, have they showed any, like, tragic police brutality on there or no?
That's what you want to see?
See, like, why did
you... I don't want to see that. I'm just wondering.
Why did you go that angle? No, but there have been cops that make mistakes. Like, things happen. They've had a cop recently who he made a mistake and he just said the wrong thing. I think there have been moments where police stations have actually pulled out of live PD, like certain counties, because they've gotten some backlash on it, because they've shown things that probably they weren't supposed to show or something like that, or but no police. Why did you go to police brutality? Like,
I'm just wondering because, like, obviously cops make mistakes too.
But they don't. But they don't just be randomly like you don't really believe cops just be randomly out here like shooting people for no reason. Like, come on, man.
It happens times. Like, you could be ignorant to say it's never happened.
I feel like it's usually.
Did you see the clip where dude just got shot in his grandma's backyard?
Okay, see, here's the thing about those situations. I don't think a lot of people realize how freaked out the cops are usually. I mean, again, I'm not trying to defend cops shooting people. That's messed up, man. Again, but I don't know. So I don't really usually think he's just like going into the intent of, oh, I'm gonna kill this person and just shoot him for no reason. Like, what good does that do anyone, man? I'm really hoping there aren't cops like that. I know there are some guys that they take the law and they get too serious and they're kind of rage-induced, but like, a lot of times, man, they see shit going down and they are fearing for their life. And I don't know, man. If you watch live PD, you might get a little bit more into that because, man, you see some crazy shit. Sometimes guys just be pulling out guns. They be carrying fully automatic rifles in the cars when you're pulling people over. Like, now I kind of know why they're so afraid pulling people over, and they want to see your hands, and they want to make sure you're not doing something crazy. They ask when they search you, do you have anything that's going to, like, stick me or poke me? Because they don't want to get stabbed by a needle and then have to have this whole process of do you have, like, AIDS now and all this other crazy stuff. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm really hoping that that's not the case, though. I hope that's not a thing. I don't know. We kind of got a little off topic, but what you watching, Nicholas?
I'm watching a lot of NBA playoffs, obviously. It was kind of a short week, so I don't have the normal, long what you watching. I don't have, Berg said this in the PMs. He said he kind of blew his what you watching load last week, so yeah, I kind of did the same. But I've been watching The Office, NBA playoffs, and actually last night, I finally started those, like, rap documentaries. It's called Rapture, or I think it's like rap and culture. I think that's what it's supposed to be, Rapture. Yep. I watched the 2 Chainz one. I actually really, really enjoyed it. Like, I love 2 Chainz, one of my favorite artists. But I really, it was a really well done documentary. I loved it. So, yeah, I'd suggest that to you guys if you're into that. I think there's one with Logic. There's one with T.I.
I did see the Logic on the cover. I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think G-Eazy has one.
Bro, I saw Logic on the cover and I was like, damn, guess I'm not watching that series.
It's like every episode's a different. They have an A Boogie one too. Every episode's a different documentary with like each rapper. So it's pretty cool. You can pick whatever rappers you like to watch on there.
And do you like learn more about them and their lives and stuff?
Yeah, you learn about them, their lives.
Cool.
With 2 Chainz, it kind of went through a lot of because he broke his leg right before he was supposed to go on tour, so it kind of broke through. It kind of went through all of that, and then his live.
That man had to rehab.
Where he came from, like some of it, like all that. It was really dope, like, really good documentary.
Cool. All right, I'll have to check that out. What about you, Berg?
Yeah.
Who watching?
Kind of like Nick said, I haven't really been watching anything. I've watched the playoffs some.
Yep.
I think I tried some Netflix series out that I didn't really care for and didn't really stick to me. I did see the new episode of Barry and Silicon Valley. I don't know if you're.
Wait, I didn't watch them yet. Were they good?
Silicon Valley was just another solid ep. The episode of Barry, I'm gonna hold my review for that. I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. But yeah, I'm up to date on those shows. And I really think that's about it, man. Playoffs. I've been keeping up with the Dez drama, watching some ESPN.
Yeah, what's the update on that?
How the Cowboys are going to do without Dez and where Dez might land. But just TV shows and series, man. I haven't watched anything, really.
One good show that I heard was good. I know my girlfriend was watching it. Lost in Space. Kind of looks a little 100-esque.
I heard
it was very good.
Like, I started it yesterday, but, like, some nerds was trying to get me to play Fortnite. So, like, I had to stop watching it. But I started an episode of that too, and I definitely got a 100 feel and vibe from it for sure.
I heard it was very good. I heard it was very good.
I will definitely jump on that once The Office is over for me.
Oh yeah, that's gonna take you a while. The Office is a long watch.
I think I'm almost on season 5.
Jesus, my goodness.
I've been watching it for like 2 weeks.
Really? Oh damn! I thought it was like a week.
Slow for Nick. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, that's really slow.
Dude. Yeah, but there's so many episodes of The Office. Oh my goodness. Oh my.
Bro, they're 20-minute episodes though.
They are 20 minutes. Yeah. I guess if you really binged it out. I usually just watch like one episode while I'm eating or something. Like I'll watch an episode while I have lunch. But I guess that is what you're watching, man. Pretty good podcast, not gonna lie. We were definitely a little rocky early on, but we got into a nice groove there. I like that.
If you're ever using Instacart, tip your delivery guy. Yeah.
Really? That's what you
pay it forward.
That's how you end the podcast?
What are you doing?
I'm trying to make...
You ain't got an Instacart promo code for yourself or something?
Right? You ain't got a promo code?
I do have an Instacart promo code. I will leave a link for that in the description if you guys are about it.
You're not selling out this podcast.
Yeah, what are you doing? Yeah,
you just told me to say... Whatever, dude.
He was joking.
If you want the promo code, hit me up on Twitter.
You could be like, yo, if you're on Uber, use Uber Cullenberger for it to save on your ride. But you try to leave a link in the description. Like, they're not even paying us.
I get $250 if someone uses my code.
Do you really?
All right, whatever. Okay, then you plug some shit. Use code Cullenberger on Uber. If you want to buy cheap and reliable mutt coins.
Alright, boy. Use code Bergen in. Run it up.
All right, that was the YuckCast. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be back again next Wednesday. Use hashtag YuckCast on Twitter to be a part of the discussion. The YuckCast, thank you all for watching. You guys can find us on iTunes and on SoundCloud. Also on YouTube every Wednesday. So yeah, be sure to look into that. Use hashtag YuckCast to be a part of the discussion. Tell us some of your favorite Uber stories or ask us questions for next week's episode. Thank you all for watching, though, and we will see you guys next time.
Later.
Later.
Ooh, I like that one. I don't like that one, though.